empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
The study of landscape involves examining complex relationships between human lives, natural environments, and the timescales in which both play out. Sediments of meaning can be found woven into the fabric of the land: thought, the dream, the memory. The extraction of this ephemeral value from empirical observation remains central to the work of the unit. Continuing our interest in contemporary British coastal landscapes, this year we will turn our attention to the Isle of Sheppey in the Thames estuary. The island's geology, geography, history and unstable presence have resulted in its unique and multi-layered relationship to time. Drawing lines through silty tidal flats is both messy and complicated. The threshold where a river meets the sea can be defined according to geographical features, tides, points of navigation, or in terms of salinity. The Yanlet line defines the eastern boundary of the Thames estuary just to the west of the town of Sheerness on the Isle of Sheppey. But if the Thames is defined according to the jurisdiction of the Port of London Authority, its eastern edge stretches out beyond the Isle of Sheppey to Margate. In this way, rather than feature as a point on a borderline between river and sea, the Isle of Sheppey occupies a borderland. On the 23rd of March 2021, strong winds and poor visibility along the Suez Canal caused one of the biggest ships in the world to veer slightly off course. Only 7 meters of the ship's hull wedged itself into the sandbank, but this was all it took for the invisible forces of the global economy to grind to a halt, and therefore present themselves to us with glaring urgency. The shipping industry is responsible for about 10% of the global economy, but more strikingly, 90% of all the stuff we see around us. The story of the Ever Given reveals the monumental consequences of small actions. It is about the power of lines we draw in the sand. We use film not as a system of representation, but as a tool to formulate a cinematic space that is a direct expression of duration. Film is a form of active consciousness that can observe and process reality, suspend logic, resequence space, edit time, and simultaneously formulate and unfold a landscape. Our approach combines high analytical precision and technical knowledge with strong literary insight and historical understanding. We base our work on reasoned logic to arrive at profound and far-reaching conclusions. We build physical models and setups to capture images, test our analysis, and to demonstrate our proposals. We intervene in landscapes directly, understanding material processes. Over 1/24th of a second, a film can move from one reality to another, from empirical observation to an ecstatic fiction, from any part of the universe to any other. In this way, the use of film offers an incredible opportunity to us, not only in the analysis and transformation of existing space, but also in the production of space that cannot or does not yet exist. So how will we approach our work this year? Well, here's Bruce Lee, who explains the Inter-7 approach perfectly.
I mean, here it is, the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. I mean, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness. All the time you are keeping the continuity going, bending, stretching, everything. Suppose, I mean, you just keep it moving. See, the idea is running water never grows stale. So you got to just keep on flowing.
Through a series of tasks, we will learn to translate film into a set of physical relationships, modelled, tested, and drawn. Through seminars, workshops, screenings, discussions, visits to Hook Park, the Isle of Sheppey, a study trip to Capri, Pompeii, and Mount Vesuvius, and with the help of many collaborators, we will build relationships, skills, and individual techniques in filmmaking, drawing, and model making. This will all result in a new way of seeing and producing architecture. In Term 1, you will begin with an articulation followed by an exploration of the island condition. Modelling and drawing your film will lead you to developing an instrument for process, a powerful device to later introduce a cinematic thesis for the Isle of Sheppey. In Term 2, you will expand your impact on this landscape by developing a clear spatial proposal that engages with and re-narrates important social, cultural, or natural phenomena. Finally, in Term 3, you will develop and present a compelling spatial and cinematic narrative.